Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. Today I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2010 Mitsubishi Pajero Platinum wagon. Being the Platinum, there are a few differences compared to the base model, which we'll start at the front of the car. You notice the chrome grille, we have the fog lights, a couple of things that the base model didn't come with. Finished in a white pearl, beautiful colour. You'll see that the Juco, starting at the bonnet and front bar, absolutely unmarked. Coming down the right hand side of the car, you'll also notice the Platinum does have the side steps as well. 17-inch factory alloys with basically nearly new tyres on the car. You'll notice also privacy glass throughout on this car. And honestly, the Juco, apart from that little bug which we'll just let go on his way, absolutely unmarked, one very minor touch up there. Move around to the back of the car, you do notice the spare wheel has the wheel cover on it. The Platinum badging. We do have the genuine Mitsubishi tow bar as well. 3-ton towing, so whether you're looking at a really large boat or large caravan, this car will do the job for you. As we come down the left-hand side of the car, presents nearly identical to the right-hand side, probably apart from, once again, one extremely minor touch-up mark there just on the rear wheel arch. The car's finished beautifully. We do have registration that runs until 2014, mid-April. We move around under the bonnet now, and as with everything Mitsubishi, the logic and everything thought out really well. Directly above your Mitsubishi emblem, straight above the arrow, you'll find the bonnet release, just a flick to the left. Lightweight bonnet, you just have your rod to get it up there out of the way. A few interesting statistics to take note of with the Pajero. 3.2 litre turbo diesel, 9.2 litres combined per 100 k's. Based on an 88 litre fuel tank, you're looking in excess of 950 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So economy, yeah, just before we open the tailgate, important thing to notice, apart from reverse sensors, which you see here on the wheel cover and the rear bar, also just fitted up under there is your camera for your reverse camera, which we'll go into detail with inside the car shortly. We open up the back of the tailgate. We do have a couple of things. You've got your cargo blind there. You've also got a bonnet protector, which will pop back onto the car. If you're looking to utilise the third row seats, generally as a rule, good to just take the cargo blind out of the car. And really simple setup. I've left the third row seats basically not set up as such, so that I can show you how simple it is. Just a matter of removing the cover. I tend to just rest it here. We pop our little arm out, lock our third row seats into place, and just on the side there, set it up into position. You'll also notice in the bottom of the storage well there are our two headrests, which we just lock into position up on top. Our tools and jack all stored down in there. So when the third row seats are in position, you have a lot of storage area there. Simple matter of just sliding this cover back into position and all fits perfectly. Moving into the interior of the Pajero now, well, we'll run through a lot of the features in this car. As standard, we have all our electric window switches on the driver's armrest. Have our power mirror switches just directly above that. Moving to the leather-wrapped steering wheel, you notice all your settings for cruise control, our Bluetooth settings at the bottom, and then all your audio on the left. Also in the Pajero, we do have adjustment in our steering wheel, which is vertical up and down, so you can set yourself up so you're nice and comfortable. Just below the steering wheel on our left hand side, you'll notice a couple of buttons here. Automatic stability control, a manual override to turn it off if required. Also a manual override to turn our reverse sensors off audibly if required. In the event you're towing, obviously that would come into play. And regardless of that, which we'll move on to in a minute, you still have your reverse camera in play. You'll also notice the previous owner of this car has fitted electric brakes as well. So when you're towing in excess of 750 kilo, they should be fitted anyway. Moving into the centre of the car now, you do notice we've got the full multi-communication system. Basically, this incorporates satellite navigation. As you can see there on screen, we have our map in place. You'll also notice when I select reverse, it'll bring up a really accurate reverse camera. A really good system. It also does incorporate premium sound. It's the Rockford Fosgate system with our subwoofer in the rear of the car. And down the bottom here, we do actually have climate control air conditioning. So we set it to auto and then just select the temperature you require. It'll do it all for you. Do notice further below that we do also have rear diff lock in this particular edition of the Pajero. Our four-wheel drive function on the left-hand side, which is a really simple setup, just press of a button and select what's required for the conditions that you're looking at travelling. Also, the Pajero you can drive as a normal automatic, which we come down into the drive position, or flick across to our left and drive it in manual mode. So basically you're controlling your gear changes by the stick. Obviously a good function to have either when towing or in hilly areas on a long drive. Moving further back here, just inside our console, plenty of room, an additional auxiliary output in there as well. And with the Pajero, in this particular model, you'll notice that the actual lid of the console does slide forward. So if you're on a long trip and you need to rest that arm, you've got the function of sliding it forward or backwards. It will lock in position for you as well, just from a safety point of view. Last thing we'll look at on the dashboard, just up the top here, you've got all your information screen, feeding you information such as outside temperature, your elevation from sea level, barometer, obviously your date and time. So a lot of information, fuel economy, etc. So all of your trip computer information stored in there. You will also notice with our actual sun visors, you do have these additional sections. If you're driving in extreme sunny conditions, you can slide them all the way out. Also really important to note in this particular car, we do have light sensitive headlights. They will turn on automatically, whether you drive into the Burnley tunnel or it's becoming nightfall. Also have rain sensing wipers as well as standard. From a safety point of view, very important to note that we do have a lot of airbag safety, front, side and curtain airbags. And also with our air conditioning for the comfort of all the occupants, it is actually tri-zone air conditioning. So you've got vents running all the way back through to the third row seats. So a lot to be liked about all the functions on offer inside the car. Obviously factory Bluetooth, as I mentioned as well. So you can set yourself up in a really nice rig. We'll just move to the service books now, and the service history in this particular Pajero is absolutely stunning. Not only are the service books spot on, which I'll show you shortly, notice all the injector services as required have also been carried out. So our intervals, it has been serviced at every 15,000 K interval, all serviced by our own service department. So from our peace of mind point of view, we know this car has been serviced perfectly. Really good to see such a stunning set of books. So just in summary, hope this really helps give you a really good idea of the quality of this Pajero 2010 Platinum. As I mentioned earlier, 9.2 litres combined per 100 Ks, 4-star ANCAP safety rating, perfect service history, a lot of car for the money. If you've got any questions, feel free to call me 9907 0555. Have a great day.